Hey guys, what's up? So, I'm home alone for the evening, and I figured that I might as well do a review, but since it's already kind of dark out and I don't want to do the thing where I like put a light beneath my face and the lighting really sucks, I figured I'd come downstairs to where I did my reviews when I was just starting out, back when I really sucked. But anyway, let's hope this movie isn't the equivalent of my old reviews. Tonight's movie is a horror comedy werewolf movie from 2014, and tonight's movie is WolfCop. Now, I don't know a ton about WolfCop. I heard about it. I heard that it was at Sundance, and I heard that it got some pretty, positive reviews from the people at Sundance. Like, people liked it. And all I know is it's like a low-budget film about a cop that's transformed into a werewolf, and he uses his new powers in order to fight, like, devil worshippers, shapeshifters, and other, like, minions of evil and stuff. And this sounds like a really awesome movie. I'm genuinely hoping that it will be awesome. Although I've heard some negative things about it, and I know that there's actually already a sequel planned for it, so if I like this one, I'm gonna be happy that there's a sequel planned. The only way I'm gonna find out if I actually do like this movie is if I sit down and I watch it. So, let's watch WolfCop. So, the movie starts off with a, kind of American Horror Story, very, very modern, horror, opening credits, set to, I guess, hair metal. It kind of sounds like hair metal. But anyway, I really, really dig it, and it really reminds me of the intro to American Horror Story Coven, even though that season was probably the worst season. So, once the credits are end, we're at the home of our alcoholic cop main character, Lou, and we see some tits, and apparently, there's an election coming up in town for mayor. There's this is a very small town, but it's filled with crime and drunks, and just they have an annual thing every year where everybody gets drunk and goes into the woods and goes hunting for a Bigfoot type monster called the man bear. So yeah, there's that. They get drunk once a year, the entire town, and they go out shooting at things in the forest at night. This is probably the best idea ever. Anyway, it's called the Drink and Shoot, and they have it every single year, and it's alcoholism is a common theme in this movie, I guess, because everybody drinks. But it's riddled with drunks and crime and missing pets. And then I have a feeling that things are going to change at this point. And there's also some Hotline Miami-esque criminals who, I guess they don't kill anybody, but they rob places. And they go in there wearing pig masks with shotguns, so I guess that's close enough. And they're called the Piggies. And they're on some kind of crime spree currently. And apparently, this is one of those towns that's in the middle of nowhere where everybody has a gun. It's kind of like the small village featured in the Edgar Wright film Hot Fuzz, how everybody in that town has a gun. So, the action in this movie is pretty decent all around. Everybody turns in a pretty entertaining, pretty cool, pretty good performance. Nothing too, fantastic. Same with the writing. It's pretty good all around. But these things don't really matter that much because it's a low-budget B movie. The characters are likable and goofy, as is the writing. The movie's kind of a parody of B movies and a love letter to B movies at the same time. The effects are really good considering the low budget, the low budget was about $1 million Canadian dollars, which I know that's actually more than the American dollar, but even $1 million is not a lot. That's still pretty low budget. But it's got some really good effects. The werewolf transformation in this movie is honestly, in my opinion, on par with probably the greatest werewolf transformation. It's almost on par with the transformation in American Werewolf in London, the legendary transformation that everybody has seen at least, part of, if they haven't even seen that movie. The film looks nice. It has nice lighting. The camera works good. You know, so is the sound mix, the music I really like, although it's probably not for everybody. It's made up of a lot of, like, rock and stuff. And there's even a rap song, there's even, like, a rap theme song for WolfCop that plays during the credits, which I thought was kind of cool. Although the song itself is a little, for me personally, I still thought it was cool that it got its own theme song. Kind of like a lot of 80s, like, horror films did. So it's got a nice pace. The pacing's pretty good. It always has something to keep you entertained or interested in the story, honestly. And I really, and it has like everything you'd expect from a movie, from a B-movie love letter and/or a movie with this title. Gratuitous gore, nudity, cheesy writing and acting, you know, kind of ridiculous, goofy scenes, and gratuitous. Did I already say gratuitous gore? I'm going to say it again. Gratuitous gore and nudity, and even a penis explosion, about, like, I want to say maybe 15, 20 minutes in. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and have to say this. Honestly, I think this is a contender for one of the best B-movies ever made, or at least one of the best B-movies of the last 10 years. On the gore meter from 1 to 10, 1 makes it like Nosferatu and 10 being something like Brain Dead. WolfCop is probably a 5.5. It's not ultra gory, although there's like every time you see him transform, you know, his skin rips off and stuff, and I mean the first transformation is easily the goriest transformation, probably the goriest scene in the entire movie. But there's still some, you know, like there's still some shootouts. There's still some werewolf violence and gore in there a little bit, but nothing too, you know, graphic. This is one of those movies that at least for me personally, once it ends, I don't want it to. I really don't want it to end. Luckily, there's a sequel set to come out next year, which I'm very excited for. I mean, they even had the balls, before they even knew that if this movie was going to be, you know, big or not, to put in the credits, before the credits, you know, WolfCop 2 coming 2015, which they're currently, I think filming it and funding it right now, and it's supposed to be like finished by next year and probably out by 2017. But still, I mean, I'm pretty sure that they knew a movie called WolfCop was gonna get, you know, a lot of horror movie fans' attention and a lot of attention even in the mainstream a little bit. And probably gain a really big cult following, and I'd like to say, yeah, I'm part of that cult following. It is easily the best, like, blank cop, you know, like parts cop, parts something else movie since the original RoboCop. Honestly, that's what I think. Although, considering there's not many of those movies, there's the RoboCop movies, there's BioCop, which is a short film, and I think that's it. And then there's WolfCop, so I guess there's not many contenders for that title, but it's still probably one of the best, you know, of this genre of like horror comedy or whatever genre of film, part cop, part something else movies. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. I absolutely loved this flick, and I would give it a solid recommendation. And I would say that if you haven't checked this one out yet, I'd say check it out. I know it's available on Amazon. I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon Prime as well. And it is available on Netflix, at least in America, so there is always that. I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 5. I absolutely loved this movie. And it's definitely one of the gems from the horror genre to come out last year. It's definitely up there with stuff like, you know, Zombievers, The Babadook, Starry Eyes, and It Follows. Those are some of the gems from the past year, and this is definitely on the list with those. As long as you're a fan of the genre, it's, you know, it's coming from, at least. So anyway, guys, if you liked the video, like my channel, be sure to like this video, favorite it, whatever you want, and maybe subscribe perhaps. I would really appreciate that. And check the links in the description below. There are links to things like my Tumblr, Twitter, all that, Facebook. All that is in the description below. Hey there, kids. Do you want to get cool stuff in the mail like this? Or this? Or even this? Well, then subscribe to Horror Block today. Have you ever wanted to do cool cosplays like this? Or even this? Well, now you can. Subscribe to Moonchild Cosplay on YouTube, and you can see all her tutorials on how to do cool stuff like this. Do you want to get cool horror and exploitation film t-shirts like this? Or this? Or this? Well, then go to RottenCotton.com to check out all of their premium t-shirts.